I literally just let my son go and, stay with his father for the summer. He got 3 other brothers down there and 1 sister. And the thing is, I have never been away from my children, except for when I was in the military and I had to go overseas. My daughter, she was a baby then. But since then, I've never been away from my kids. And my son, after staying for about 2 weeks, he called me and let me know that he wanted to stay down there up until he was 18 and probably even go to college down there. He likes it down there with his father and his brothers and sisters. And, as much as we, love our sons, there are things that their father can teach them, and it is very hard to let go. My son is 16. He's literally about to be 17 in like a month, and then a year after that, he's going to be, come here. A month after that, he's going to be an adult, according to society. But the thing is, stop that. I'm walking my dog, sorry. The thing is, in your eyes, there'll always be your babies and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, they have to get out there and see the world, And I had people in my life who told me, I shouldn't let him go and all this stuff. But I really feel like that's the best thing. Because regardless of whatever has going on, a 16-year-old boy needs his father, and my son, he really likes it down there. He feels loved and everything, and he's not really close to my side, I guess. It's sometimes even family members can be toxic, so that's kind of what that is. So to some degree, he don't really have any people up here. It's just me and his sister and my dad, and I'm autistic. So is my daughter, and so is But I'm happy for my son because he has to experience life. You don't want anybody to hurt them. You don't want them to see hard things, or hard times. But that's what life is, And I feel like if I didn't let him go and be with his father and learn something, I think it would have been wrong. I do feel like it would have been wrong. I've been taking care of him, by myself all this time. And I've always told my son that. I always told him there are things that you need to learn or can learn from your father. And that's pretty much just how I feel about it. I love him so much, but the world doesn't, And regardless of how much you love your kids, we love our kids. We have to let them get out there and see what's going on, so they can find their place in the world, Because I know that if I shelter my son, he'll be fighting to get loose. And wind up probably breaking every rule and probably inventing some new ones to break, So it's hard to let go, but for me, I must say it is a new chapter too, because I haven't, because when I do different things or do different activities, my son doesn't really like stuff like that. For instance, if I go shopping with my daughter or something like that, or if I want to go get my nails done, of course my son is not into it. Well, he's not into stuff like that at all. So So this is just a new experience, and now me and my daughter, I already told her we're going to be, going on trips and doing things together, going to the beach. My son kind of, he would rather stay in his room and play games, and I guess now he can play games with his brothers and whatever, But it's definitely a new chapter. I am a little sad. My daughter's sad a little bit, but that's life, They don't stay babies forever. We have to let them go, and we have to let them grow, because if you sit there and you try to protect your children from every little thing, they're not going to know how to handle themselves once they get out there in their world. And that's not right. I think that's a crime to some degree when it comes to parenting somebody. They have to learn. I know I've done everything that I could to protect my child, protect him. I was always up there at school. Somebody was bothering him. Even when an adult was saying something or doing something they had no business, I would get up there acting stupid. But, he's about to be an adult soon, and I need to respect that and respect his growth and respect nature and new chapter.